Sweet Tooth is back in Twisted Metal 3 with enough weapons to make any angry driver happy.
Hello everyone! In this opportunity we will take a look at the best aspects of Twisted Metal 3. This is the third entry in the series and it came out in the year 1998, 2 years after the release of Twisted Metal 2. Unlike the first two games, it wasn't made by Singleton. Instead it was developed by 989 Studios. You can tell the game has a fairly different feeling compared to the previous two games in some areas such as physics and characters design. Nevertheless, Twisted Metal 3 is a pretty cool game because it retains much of the elements that makes it so fun, such as the chaotic gameplay, wide variety of maps, variety of characters, and lots of weapons to beat the crap out of your enemies. Yay! And now the question is, which are the best aspects of Twisted Metal 3? Twisted Metal 1 has, for example, the cockpit camera, and Twisted Metal 2 allows you to destroy the Outlaw Tower. With that being said, which are the aspects that make the Twisted Metal 3 experience stand out over the other games? That is what we're going to find out. The first aspect is Outlaw's special attack. Outlaw is one of my favorite vehicles along the series. For that reason, I'm really glad the devs upgraded its special attack. Basically, in Twisted Metal 3, you can now hurt multiple enemies at the same time, making it a great tool for crowd control. Something like that would have been really useful back in Twisted Metal 1. While Outlaw's special was efficient in that game, it honestly felt like it needed a bit more power. The second aspect are Calypso's brief comments. At the start of each level, Calypso's voice will be heard and he will say a brief speech providing some background about the level you're currently playing. It really is a nice touch because it contributes to the game's atmosphere, and additionally, Mel McMurrin, the one and only, was able to return to voice Calypso. Simply awesome.
Welcome to Twisted Metal. Your first battleground will be the once pristine City of Angels. It has been only 18 months since the Great Quake of 2007 left the city in rubble. May the best contestant win.
The third aspect is the Deathmatch mode. Originally, this mode made its debut in Twisted Metal 2. In case you don't have time to play an entire tournament session, you have this quicker option as an alternative. Think of it as the equivalent version of the quick race mode from many racing video games. The thing is, if this mode was present in Twisted Metal 2, what makes the difference in Twisted Metal 3, you might be wondering? Very simple. It's much more customizable. More options were added, such as ending the level after playing X amount of matches or winning X amount of matches, enabling map cycling after finishing the level, the possibility of choosing both Sweet Tooth and Minion as your opponents, and support for 2 players. Now, here's something amusing I discovered when playing this mode. It's actually possible for both you and the AI to use the exact same character at the same time. Not only that, but the same character can be selected several times. So for example, you can play as Minion and battle against 7 minions. And to think, I spent my whole life thinking that mirror matches weren't a thing in Twisted Metal. I was completely surprised. And the 4th aspect is sending your enemies flying into the air. As a consequence of the different physics system, you can launch your enemies several meters from the ground. This really makes me wonder if the developers had something like this in mind. But who cares? It is just so much fun to do it. And there are many ways to produce this phenomenon. For example, using Sweet Tooth's special attack, Axel's special attack, or using remote explosives. Another option is to ram your opponents and then combine it with other attacks. And speaking of random, regardless if you are using a big vehicle or a small vehicle, it's totally viable and safe to collide with a big vehicle, such as Darkseid. Yeah, it's slightly unrealistic, but looking at the bright side, it allows you to take revenge on him, since he no longer has the run damage at his favor like he did in Twisted Metal 1. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Those are, in my opinion, the best aspects that Twisted Metal 3 has to offer. Yeah, for some people, it feels a bit weird, especially for those that were very used to play the single-track game, which is essentially what happened to me. But leaving that aside, there is no doubt that Twisted Metal 3 is a pretty fun game. And what is the reason for that? Well, in simple terms, the reason is that it retains for the most part the same core gameplay as its predecessors. Yeah, that sums it all up. Anyway, which are for you the best aspects of Twisted Metal 3? In other words, which are the aspects that make this game exceptional and stand out over the other games? I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments section. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. That way, you can support this channel and help it to grow. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed the video.
You go, Sweet Tooth.